Hello everybody. We got some stuff to do today, and as you can see, got some lumber from the lumber yard. I tell you, I'm kind of tired of going to the lumber yard, but got some last trim to put up around that door from the last video, and then we got some other stuff that we're going to take care of, so let's get to it. All right, first step, take some measurements. So I wanted to kind of show how I've learned some things and evolved kind of in this project. Is that, as you can see here, the drywall, is pretty flush, and right up against the studs here, so when you put your trim on there, there's not really going to be a lot of gap. But if you look at this side, see how there's that gap right there? So that needs to be fixed. Even though, if you're in a hurry or whatever, that's fine. But something like that's going to cause you problems later. And then you're going to be buying tubes and tubes of caulk, which I have. So, learning experience right there. All right, so we got those boards cut to length. And it is a super nice day outside. It's about 60 degrees or so. The sun is out. It's a little breezy, but it's not, windy. So we're gonna do some work outside, get some fresh air, and make a mess outside instead of inside. So we need to sand these boards that we just cut, and then we need to get the first coat of paint on them. So let's do it. All right, so got the first coat of paint on there, which is awesome. So now we're gonna move on to a few other things outside while that's drying, and try to be productive. So last year, had a tree fall in a storm, and so we need to clean this area up a little bit and get this pile of brush out of here. make it easier to mow and just kind of clean it up. So do it. All right, so got some trash burned and got some of that brush stuff picked up, got it over on the pile, which is good. I'd really like to burn that pile right now, but honestly, there's some trees that I need to trim. The last time I mowed, I was getting hit in the face a lot with some limbs, which I don't like. So we're gonna have to get those trimmed. But now this paint is dry, so time to get a second coat on there. All right, second coat is on. Just gotta wait for it to dry. And while it's drying, got another little project to take a look at. All right, so while we're waiting for that stuff to dry, in a previous video, I had mentioned maybe about making a small step or something for this area. And I think I'm gonna need to, just to kind of look and see, just to kind of give you an idea. So here, from one step to one step is about 8 inches, okay? And it seems like a pretty normal step, you know, but from here to here, it's about a little over 9 inches. And, you know, even though you might say, well, it's just 1 inch, like, you know, I don't see how that makes a difference. But honestly, it really does. When you step down off of that step, it feels like you're going like way further down. So I think we're gonna have to make just a little step, a little box to go down there. So let's work on that while the other stuff's drying. Using that push stick, that was for you, Crafty. You know who you are. All right, guys, so there's the step. It's actually made so the 2x4s were left over from framing that partition wall, and the top is actually, it's a shelf. It's solid, I think it's oak. It's a solid shelf that I found somewhere. So anyway, gonna sand it down and paint it the same color as the stairs, just so everything matches, and then that job will be done. So let's get to it. All right, so while the step out there is drying, this was done. So went ahead and put up the inside this door jamb here. So now we can measure for the outside parts and get those cut and then get those painted and ready to go. But before we do any of that, I gotta clean this up. This is ridiculous. I'm like, all right, guys, so as you saw, the step got installed. Pretty happy with it. Got some trim around the edges there. Also got the door jamb trim kind of cut, and got the first coat of paint on. Got the work area kind of cleaned up a little bit. So pretty happy with that. All right, y'all, so that's gonna do it probably for this video. I still need to get a second coat of paint on that trim and get it installed. Probably gonna do that tomorrow. Did get a lot of stuff done today in one day, so I kind of feel like I was pretty motivated. So we'll see if I'm motivated tomorrow. But other than that, you know, just like to say to all my subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. Keep watching these videos. I'm gonna keep doing stuff, and hopefully if you're not interested in some of this stuff right now, maybe you'll be interested in some of the stuff I'm gonna do in the future. Tomorrow we might be making an interior door. I'll kind of show you my take on that and how I do it. It'll kind of probably be like a step-by-step, you know, kind of video. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one.